Hey everyone! Before we begin, we will have new Hylian Gamescast videos up every day, new gaming and Nintendo news videos every day, new Zelda theories or top 10 list videos every week, and even more. To do all of this, we need your help and support. If you would like early access to all of these new videos, shoutouts, being a guest in our videos, or having your question answered or topic discussed, then please visit patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can help support Jesse, Daniel, Chublima, and myself on all of the work we do here on the Hylian Gamescast. Once again, thank you for your continued support.
Hello everyone, I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse as all of you may know me. Here with us is Capt Bergerson, Daniel, as you know him.
Hi.
He does a lot of cool stuff here on this channel, in his own channel. Above me, we have Ilya Rose, who has her own amazing YouTube channel, The Geek Apprentice, that you can check out, where she discusses a lot of nerdy stuff. And beside her, we have Chublima, who you can find on Twitch as Chublima with 2 A's. And she just finished streaming Ocarina of Time for like 6 hours. And she also has a cool job. Ate a pinecone, yes.
She also ate a pinecone.
I also ate a pinecone.
She also has a cool job working with Nintendo, where she got her cool sweater that I want. But anyways, today we're going to be discussing, I believe, our very faithful user, one of our biggest fans, because I see him. I said her. I say her because my mom's name is the same as his. Anyways, they posted on a lot of videos. They're a big fan of us. They want us to write, or not write, but read some fan fiction on the podcast. I don't know if that would work very well. Maybe I could do like a dedicated video just
like
for
a
that.
dramatic reading.
Yeah.
Like, are we
I'm
gonna
good at
all
dramatic
grab
reading.
some different characters?
Yeah. So
I'm good at dramatic readings.
They.
At least I think so.
I'm kind of down.
All right. So
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, we could do it. We could totally do it one day if we all.
Okay.
But they wanted us to do that, and they kept on recommending, and then they finally posted something that was an amazing idea, because we're always doing lists for discussions. And they asked, why don't you do a top 5 or a top 10 best and worst of, because we have the series that's very popular, our top 10 best and worst of. We've done Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, that had Misclick, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then we've done discussion forums of them as well, listing off our favorite and least favorite things. I'm proud to say, actually, I am really, really proud of this. The Breath of the Wild, top 10 best and worst of Breath of the Wild, and even the Ocarina of Time one as well, are 2 of the, for like those games, it's like one of the highest viewed Breath of the Wild reviews on YouTube, because it has like almost 1 million views, which is like a lot more than a lot of others. And the Ocarina of Time best and worst of, which was the first one I did, has like 500,000, I believe. So like it's like one of the highest reviews of Ocarina of Time on YouTube, which is really good. Anyways, so we're doing the top 10 best and worst bosses from the Zelda series. Ilya, how are you doing?
Okay.
Good. You want to go first?
Okay. I
Give
have
us
5
a
written down. No, I had 6 written down, so I'm trying to choose which one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd rather
Overachiever.
everyone else go,
Yeah?
because I'm feeling some of these will be possibly named off, so it'd make it easier for me.
So you have backup plans?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Tubes, do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah. I will go first. Are we doing best first?
Yes.
Okay. So, I feel like I've done one of these before, and because I don't want to repeatedly pick, like, the same ones, I don't know if I've mentioned that I like this boss before, but one of my favorites is Dark Beast Ganon from Twilight Princess.
Oh, you gotta do the big handy thing and just throw him on his side like
Really?
a big puppy dog.
See, the funny thing about that is that I don't think it's a good boss fight, but it's a hilarious boss fight.
Yeah.
Like, the music for it, everything you do in it, like, I really like it, and for me, it's actually a really memorable boss fight, just because we use the song that plays in that boss fight all the time just to bug each other. Like, we'll have a Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom, and then someone will be like DJing for the person showering, and then every time that song always comes on. That song is like the meme of my friend group.
That's hilarious. I actually, you know what I do kind of like about that song though, is that not that song, oh my god, the boss fight, is that it actually has a use for Wolf Link.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually have to use both wolf and human form. I'm just saying, there's not too many times you have to actually do that in Twilight Princess, so.
That is very true. There's a really good way to incorporate it.
Also, it's really funny seeing Midna just like grab him and just like throw him on his side.
Grab this giant piece and whang.
Just like, no.
And then Link
Bad
just
dog.
goes at it, biting his belly.
That's unsanitary.
Yeah, that entire boss fight is just
Unsanitary?
really something else.
Yeah, that boss fight. It's one, like, it has a cool, I guess like a cool callback to Phantom Ganon in Ocarina of Time, to where like instead of going through paintings, he goes through portals and then he comes out. So I think that it's a really cool callback, but I've never really been too excited for it. Like, it's not a bad one that I would put on like the top 10 worst, but it's just one that's just, to me, it's just there.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, like, by all means, I don't think this is actually a good boss fight, but for me, it's just a hilarious boss fight, and it's the most memorable, and it just really stands out for me.
Does Midna, because before you get into the castle, she wears the mask, and it gives her the power to break the barrier. She turns into like that giant thing. Oh man, I was just thinking it would be really cool if Beast Ganon in Twilight Princess was as big as Beast Ganon in Breath of the Wild. And then
holy cow.
And then Midna, still turned into that giant.
Like that?
Yeah, like Midna still had that giant form that's like just as large as that Beast Ganon, and then you could like see them fight. But like Beast Ganon just stands there. It's weird. Like, they don't even make him run around.
He runs around.
Well, not like.
Yeah, they just.
Not like a final boss should.
Yeah. No, not like the final boss should. You're right.
No.
When you're fighting Majora at the end of Majora's Mask and he's running around, he's like dashing back and forth.
Like a crazy person.
Beast Ganon's just like.
Like a buck, 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 buck.
Alright, yeah, so. Yeah, I can see that. I really like how he disappears and then comes back. I think that's really cool in the Zelda boss fights. It's something they use a lot. I see a belt.
Belt?
Yeah, on Ilya's screen. Daniel, would you like to go next?
I have to choose a good one.
Best friend, Daniel.
Best good boss fight. I'm gonna sound redundant and terrible for listing this, because every time we talk about good boss fights, I always bring this one up because I love it. But Koloktos from Skyward Sword is the bombest boss fight ever. You get to rip his arms off and then beat him with his own giant sword, and it is just dumb fun. It's just plain dumb fun. I don't know what it is about it. Just it's just this really weird boss, and he seems really imposing, and then you start ripping limbs off, and it's just something about it is extremely gratifying. Especially picking up his own sword and beating him with it. It's just there's something about that that's extremely satisfying, and it's a ridiculously fun fight. So
it is. It definitely is.
Yeah, that's my pick, man. Dude, man.
All right.
Man, dude.
I go?
Yeah, go.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No one's picked any of mine thus far.
Whoo-wee.
Making it difficult.
Okay. Demise. Skyward Sword.
Oh, also good.
It is.
That's a good.
So Link primarily is like a swordsman. And like when you're watching CG Zelda stuff, like the GameCube tech demo from the Space World that we talked about earlier when we talked about Zelda Gaiden. Everyone can go watch that video as well. It posted a few days ago. Because we're time travelers, because this video is going to be posted in like a week. So we posted we posted that video a few days ago. You can go watch it. But in it shows Link and Ganondorf like actually sword fighting like you would see in a movie, which is something that a lot of people like to recreate when they're playing Smash Brothers, like because they're both sword fighting in Smash Brothers and stuff. The only time that you really get to do like what feels like a real sword fight is with Demise in Skyward Sword. And the way, like, you're not just pressing a button to like swing your sword to hit him or block him or whatever. Like, you actually have to like punch forward like you would with the shield to block his attacks. And then you have to swing, like you're actually swinging your hand at the correct angle to hit him. And he has patterns, but they're not as strict as most patterns from enemies. Like, it changes a little bit. So sometimes you don't really know what he's going to be doing next. So it's not like when you're playing Punch-Out and you just remember the button pattern. In this, like, he swings kind of randomly, so you don't know if like you need to block or swing or whatever. And it's the closest thing to like a real sword fight that you would ever get in Zelda, and that's why I like it. Plus, it's really epic because you're in the clouds and there's like lightning striking, and the lighting of the game, if you're looking at it like in HD, it looks as if like it's could be running on like a PlayStation 4 because it looks so great. But yeah, Ilya.
Okay.
Tell us.
Yeah. Instead of us agreeing on a fifth one, you can just name off the one that you liked the most, and then the rest of yours can just be like a fill-in for the fifth.
Okay.
Like bonuses, I guess.
I will go with Bongo Bongo from Ocarina of Time.
Good choice.
Not necessarily because he's like super hard.
No way.
I mean, I enjoy the boss fight, but the whole atmosphere, I mean, despite me being, as a kid, scared to death of the Shadow Temple, and the well and everything, and it being really creepy. And the temple itself is actually pretty easy to go through, and the boss isn't that hard, but the atmosphere is so cool, and you wonder so much about his story. I mean, obviously, you're making a video on it, and there are many
talked about
videos about Bongo Bongo.
In the top 5 Ocarina of Time mysteries.
I did. So I just think there's so much to him. I mean, again, it's not necessarily because, he's such a complicated battle, but, like, it's cool. And there's mystery.
Just very fitting and very weird.
Yes. I wonder.
Yeah. And half the fun with the Zelda boss, like, honestly, if you just boil down the mechanics, it's very samey a lot of the time. But the vibe and the atmosphere of these boss fights are, like, half of what makes them good as well, so...
And that's part of what my whole list is it has to do with atmosphere and stuff, except for one. It's specifically the mechanic of beating them that I like. But
Jesse?
I'm just looking up. I'm seeing if the Zelda Encyclopedia has anything about Bongo Bongo.
I don't think so, really.
While I'm looking,
I don't really think so.
Yeah, while I'm looking through, Ilya can just name off the rest of hers. But yeah, Bongo Bongo is one that has the most lore behind him, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Volvagia's got kind of that sort of history too, because they talk about Goron Legend where he was alive.
Don't you know? Link adopted him from the Hyrule Market.
No, the manga means nothing.
And then he died, and
That's
he had to fight his ghost when he was wandering through the desert.
Is not
to get to the spirit. You don't remember when you're playing as Link, going through the desert, getting to the spirit temple, and the floating ghost head of your pet dragon comes, and you start crying because you had to kill him, and then you have to kill him again as a ghost. You don't remember that? Don't you know the books are canon? Majora was a beast, and Fierce Deity made him dance until he died.
I'm gonna jump out a window.
You're on the first floor.
I'm gonna go to my office. I'm gonna go up to the 10th floor.
No!
Jump up.
No.
All right.
The window's not open.
Continue, Ilya. Sorry.
Oh, so my other list was I love Style Blind from A Link Between Worlds simply because it uses. I love using the mechanic of getting on a shield and then he's like, wait, what?
And then when he figures it out and he throws his shield away too, and then it's just like, oh, this is not working, you know. Like I that's a really good one. That's a good fight.
I also said Ottawa from Majora's Mask. I love the Deku palace and that temple is just so cool. And hearing all like the crazy music, I'm like, because I took African modern dance classes at one point, and that was like my favorite thing to dance. And so hearing music like that, I'm like, oh, I love it. Facade, who I know from Link's Awakening, but is also in Oracle of Seasons, because it's literally just like a demon in the floor. It's eyes and a mouth, and it like uses everything around you. And I'm like, that's creepy. And I liked it in Link's Awakening because I always loved Link's Awakening's analogy of like every boss has to do with some sort of fear people have, like if it's clowns or shadows and things like that, which I always had a lot of nightmares as a kid. Not night terrors, but and then my last two were the genie from Link's Awakening. I always found it funny. And Style Lord from Twilight Princess. That one was for the mechanic.
Hashtag big boy.
Yeah, because the little spinny machine. Because I'm like, we don't get to use that often. It's underused. I like it. Frustrating when it takes forever to get through all those soldiers, but yeah. So that was my other ones.
There's some good choices there. Those are some good picks. I'd like to also mention that A Link to the Past had some really swagger bosses, and I always forget about them. And I'm sad about that sometimes. But also had that worm that pushes you off the cliff, and it's really annoying, so that's kind of the worst.
And there's so many versions of that one, because there's one in Link's Awakening and A Link Between Worlds, which may or may not be on my next list.
Uh-oh. It wasn't going to be my pick for bad ones, and now I think I want it to be, but...
No!
I'll stick to my guns, so... Bad boss fights. Jesse, you okay? You still find anything? Did you find what you were looking for?
I'm looking through the enemy section to find Bongo Bongo.
What you say?
Stop!
Oh, here it is.
I'm trying to enjoy my life.
It has like a short paragraph for like every single enemy that's appeared in Zelda games. So it doesn't have much, but it says, the phantom shadow beast Bongo Bongo was sealed at the bottom of the well in Kakariko Village until its power grew enough for it to break free. As the boss of the Shadow Temple, it cannot be seen without the lens of truth. Link must fight the beast, which hangs from the ceiling and attacks by striking the ground like a drum, as well as charging Link and slamming down its massive fists. So, did you guys know originally the Shadow Temple was after the Spirit Temple?
People play it either way.
Yeah, you can technically play it either way, but the way the medallions are laid out.
Yeah.
Suggest that.
Zelda, in Zelda 64, like before it was changed, it's probably one of the things that they flipped. Because you get another thing is you get the ice arrows from like the Spirit Temple mini puzzle, like the Gerudo thing.
Gerudo training grounds.
Yeah, so you get the ice arrows from there. After, like in the game, you get to the Shadow Temple, then you get to the Spirit Temple. But you can use the ice arrows to freeze the hands of Bongo Bongo. But you can only get them after you beat him by like the normal strategy guide. You can do it either way, but like it's just like a little thing that's left over to where it's like it's supposed to be flipped.
Is good, yeah.
Right.
But some people, there was always hot debates on the playground about the order of those two dungeons, and my logic was always that Navi tells you to go to the Shadow Temple first.
True.
So that's always the way I went.
And you go to the well anyway and have to do that whole thing to get the lens of truth, which I'm pretty sure you have to use in the Spirit Temple anyway.
You do.
Might as well just do that first.
Yeah. All right. So, did you have any more, Ilya?
Nope, I went
Okay.
through them
Goodies.
all. And I already know my first choice for the next one.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.